I know that your strategy is investing in commercial real estate.
Easy to plan, it's more easy to calculate. Demand is going skyrocket. Average rate in the DIFC office is about 600 to 700 dirhams per square foot.
You can calculate up to 20% ROI. Mainly the big companies will be looking for the offices there, those who can afford some multinational giants. A very big professional and a very good friend of mine, Dmitrii, welcome to our podcast studio. Let's discuss something interesting today. In the recent podcasts, we discussed the apartments, let's say real estate investments for living, whether it's investment or family. We were discussing the Dubai Islands. We were discussing Maidan, for sure, downtown design district. So even the DIFC with new apartment buildings. But I know that your strategy, and I think everyone should understand why, is investing in commercial real estate. So what is the commercial real estate? Why these are retail premises, or these are some offices? Can you tell me more in details?
Yeah, for sure. There are a few reasons why I switched to the commercial real estate, and they're all different. First of all, it's my personal challenge. Not challenge, I would say my personal strategy, I would say, because there are a lot of agents who are working on the residential market, and we couldn't compete with everyone, And I don't know, maybe it's 20 or 30,000 people in the market right now. And all of them are doing real estate, especially off-plan. So my strategy is working with selected people, selected clients, working with numbers, facts, and that's why I switched to the commercial real estate, because it's more easy to plan, it's more easy to calculate, and it's more like numbers properties, numbers game, And this is the first thing. Secondly, it's a very unique market, I would say like that, because the markets usually it's a supply and demand. You know that. That's you mentioned a lot of communities that are somehow, but they're similar. I mean, in Dubai we have about 20 to 30,000 of units delivering every year, and this is the supply. We don't know what will be the demand. But in commercial properties, especially in offices, the situation is like vice versa, because the future supply is very low, but the demand is going skyrocket, I would say like that, because the number of businesses are opening every day, more than 200 or something daily in Dubai, because of the taxes, because of the security, safety, and etc. You know that. But so that's why I think that the future of the market will be in commercial for my investors, for sure. However, the residential market is still a bigger pie of the bigger part of the pie in the market, because the commercial is only maybe 5 to 10%, if I'm not mistaken, from the total market. But I find this small maybe share interesting for me, and that's why I'm there.
Okay, yes, the commercial market, as I understand, it's more predictable.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
the companies, they are not planning like 1 month ahead. They are not even planning 1 year ahead. It's something like 5 years, 10 years. As I understand, some big names like Siemens, who have moved some big offices of theirs to Dubai. So they are planning some 20 years ahead. So this is one of the reasons, yes, as you told, why it is more predictable for your investors. So why you
Because this is a long-term investment, yes. They're not playing these games like individuals in residential segment, when they want to buy, to flip within a couple of years, before handover, on handover, or just after handover. I had a few cases with my existing clients, for example, that purchase the property, purchase the commercial property, and I find the offers for them. I find the buyers already for them, which who was able to pay a premium, and at the end they will get, they might get like 100% of ROE, but they declined the offer, saying like, we're not playing in the short term. We would like to wait to hand over the property and to rent it out. We are looking what strategy. Our strategy is to have a ready property and to have a stable cash flow.
So what do you think? The ROI of renting out the commercial offices premises, it is higher?
Obviously, yes. Obviously, yes, and that's why. Just a simple mathematics, I would say. Let's talk about the DIFC. We have a few areas that are interesting for investment, and one of them is DIFC. The average rate in the DIFC office is about 600 to 700 dirhams per square foot. In dollars, it's about $2,000 per meter. This is a very low renting price for the worldwide market, by the way. and when we are talking about property sale right now, doesn't matter off-plan or secondary market, the prices are starting from 4,000 dirhams per square foot and up to 7,000. So let's say we are buying for 6,000, which is very high compared to this, if we are talking about the scale and the range of the prices. If we are buying for 6,000 dirhams per square foot and selling, if you are buying for 6,000 dirhams per square foot and renting out for at least 600 dirhams per square foot, we will get a 10% gross ROI. That's the mathematics. So, and it's now. And you know that the rent in Dubai is increasing every year. For example, in 2025, which is completed year, we saw increase in rental prices for commercial real estate almost 20% year to year, 25 to 24. So I don't know what will happen in 2026. We never know. We cannot see the future. But obviously, the rent will be going further and further. I mean, will be higher because, again, we don't have enough supply.
Yeah, totally agree with you. These are amazing numbers when you can buy something for 6,000 dirham per square foot, and you understand that you can rent it for 700, 600. I even saw the prices like around 1,000. These were for smaller offices in DIFC, Dubai International Financial Center. Yeah, very amazing ROI. It's even you can calculate up to 20% ROI. But what can you tell me? Okay, so if we are discussing DIFC, is a very special location. I think mainly the big companies will be looking for the offices there, those who can afford some multinational giants. So I think it's not that easy for the regular customer to step into this, but maybe for big investors who were buying full floors somewhere, who are very much experienced, is it for them? So we should be talking about investing in full floors or something. Tell me.
Yeah, for sure. As I mentioned before, there are a few areas that are having a highest demand in Dubai in terms of rent and purchase. When we're talking about office spaces, and there are other areas, not only DIFC on the map of Dubai. DIFC is very narrow market at the same time because it's a free zone, and you're absolutely right. The ticket price is very high there because most of the time developers or sellers in the secondary market are selling full floors, half floors. So for regular customer, for regular investor who wants to buy a commercial real estate and offices, especially in DIFC, it's not easy. The minimum price is 70 million, what I saw during past few months. So if you are willing to buy something with the lower ticket prices in the average of current market, so definitely you need to go to the GLT or Business Bay. These are areas still having a high demand. It's not free zone, it's mainland, especially we're talking about Business Bay. There are more than 70 business towers already. Fully residential towers are already in Business Bay. There are a few of them. There are a few also towers which is mixed residential and offices, commercial. But we are talking about the big numbers of separate commercial offices building in Business Bay. So what I'm saying that there is already market there in Business Bay, and if you want to invest in this current market, which is quite stable, I would say, in Business Bay, you can find some projects, and even you can invest in secondary market with a lower ticket. For example, in recent launches of Grade A offices and Business Bay, the starting prices is around 3 million dirhams in total at the ticket price. So you can buy an office around 80 to 100 meters, which is very market size. and with a payment plan, and so you don't have to pay like 70 or above.
For me, DIFC is like the premier choice if you are looking for like renting out and making it your business to big multinational companies. So and as I understand the business in nowadays, it prefers to be more effective. Big multinational business, it prefers to concentrate. And we are already here in Dubai. A lot of companies, they have in their Middle East headquarters, and Dubai is their choice. But let's say they enter in ticket to DIFC, full floor, double floor. And I know a lot of companies, they have like 4 floors in this building. And this is not that of a big for them because they have thousands of employees and it's only in DIFC location. So in this case, you are telling that the second option is a business bay,
yeah,
correct?
because it's a mainland and it has a lower ticket price. And as long as DIFC is as long as Dubai is a financial hub of the world, or at least Middle East, we will have a high demand in DIFC. The business bay for me is more safe investment because it's mainland. There are a lot of offices can operate there. The ticket price is lower, but it's not low. It's not like economy class for sure. And it has a high demand among all the companies who are operating in Dubai and have a mainland or license. They are at least considering to open their offices in Business Bay.
I know big local developers. They will develop offices in Dubai Design District, which is like next to Business Bay, 1 to 3 minutes drive. But close to this location, and it's not for sale at this location, so we understand it's a very good business to build something commercial and renting out offices.
It's like a strategy build to rent.
Build to rent, yeah, it's strategy, yes, which was not available back several years ago. So we have now a great opportunity because offices were never for sale in Dubai because it's an amazing business. But there is another location close to it, and the name is Maidan Horizon. Well, I love it. I think. What do you think of it?
It's not an easy question, and I will explain you my experience of dealing with this area. Some of my investors who are investing in commercial and office spaces in Dubai, what is their common question and behavior, and how they calculate the ROI, future ROI. So what they do, they are comparing the prices of purchase to the current rental market. And when it comes to such locations like Maidan Horizon or Design District, we cannot find comparable rent, comparable transactions, which we can using them to calculate the ROI, So we can only forecast. So, for example, when some developers are selling Maidan Horizon offices with a price of 5,000 dirhams and above per square foot, in order to calculate ROI, we need to know, we need to at least predict the prices of the rent. But we don't have any comparable offices in this area, and there is only one thing we can do is just to find some comparable unit in Business Bay. But Business Bay, again, it's a different area. It's very well developed. Yes, there are some minuses there, which is, for example, traffic, but it's developed anyway. And I think for the next few years, it will be not comparable to Maidan Horizon. That's why most of my clients are stepping back from this area because they cannot understand what will be the rent at the end when they will receive the keys, when the property will be handed over. Because obviously this area is empty now. There is no buildings. There is, I think, one single building already there, but it's not an office space. It's not an office building. So that's the major objection, I would say. But if the market, if you are very positive into the market, if you are believe that the market will be going up and up with the rent prices for the offices, which could be like that, maybe it's not a bad investment. That's only my personal opinion.
Yeah, it's. Thank you for sharing your experience. Yes, I understand those people, those investors who are like they want to see the predictable DIFC because they already know the prices. They understand their future. Okay, they should be backed with this security, with the financial security for their assets. So yes, I understand your point. Well, what I was saying, why I love the Maidan Horizon. Do you understand? It's very close to downtown. Just very good accessibility, logistics to the roads. You will never stuck in any traffic jams. So there are a lot of greenery. It's by the canal lagoon, which will be there. So there will be a lot of grade A offices. I guess grade B maybe, but I think mainly grade A. And the grade A offices is what we are looking for. So if you are looking for the lower ticket price per square foot, you don't have that much predictable future as you have it in DIFC. But DIFC entrance ticket is much more expensive. And Business Bay is also very much limited in plots. Maybe just we mostly this A++ grade offices. As I understand their logic is like something commercial is more stable. It will bring you more money. Like renting out an apartment, a premise for the restaurant, a premise for the retail shop, or an office premise in this case. It's more predictable. The companies, they have a big income, so this means you will have a higher ROI in the future.
I think the biggest advantage of the commercial is not only in the asset as it is or in ROI, which can be different. Depends on the market. The biggest advantage is the contract length. So it means most of the companies who are most of the companies who are renting the Shell & Co offices, they're investing there to make the offices in a way that they want to operate in, and they are signing the contracts for at least 3 to 5 years. So it means for investors who are having this office or retail, for example, doesn't matter. It means for him that he will not have a headache for the future several years. That could be indexation during this contract or not. It's not such an important question right now. But the most important thing that he will have a long contract, tenancy contract, and he will not lose money in the period when the tenant is switching from one to another. Because even maybe better than me, that when you are renting the property, you are usually renting for 1 year. Sometimes you are looking for another year or something, but the regular tenancy contract for residential is 1 year. So it means in 1 year, both parties will sit again and either go ahead with a new contract or just say thank you to each other, and the property will be on the market and will be looking for the new tenant, and it may lead to the time of, let's say, a month or two when the new tenant will be living in this apartment, and landlord will start again receiving his cash flow. So that's the main reason of investing in real estate, commercial real estate. The main reason is long-term contracts, stability.
Stability for the future, yes. And but for me, still the high potential ROI. Tell me, please. Okay, if you will have a client, just imagine the client came to you and he is asking for, I don't know, 5 million dirham
for
investment.
example, just let me interrupt you. For example, if you can have. For sure, we all know what is payback period. For example, if I will tell you that in one, maximum in 2 contracts, tenancy contract, you can reach your payback period in commercial real estate. That's a good idea, I think. That's a good case. But in residential buildings, residential apartments or villas, you will not get such a result like in commercial when you are signing for 1 or 2 contracts, and that's the your payback periods after this 1 or 2 contract, you will get back all your invested money into this property.
So the big money, the big investors, they're definitely choosing the commercial segment. A lot of pluses there. So yes, that's what I'm like. I think a lot of people who are looking for investments in Dubai, they should be looking towards that side, where the big investors are also coming towards that side.
Roughly say yes, but for sure there are a lot of there are a lot of investors who are still in investing into residential, and a lot of celebrities, very well-known people, like for example Kiyosaki or any others, who is legends in investing into real estate. They are only investing, or most of the time investing in the residential. So I don't want to say that this is the smartest decision, but at least if you are building your portfolio in Dubai, you can diversify between residential and commercial. And I would say the last thing, that most of my clients who are investing in commercial real estate, they used to invest in residential before. I don't know if it's a pattern or not, but for me, what I've noticed is they're switching to commercial real estate in order to avoid risks, or because they are sometimes not happy with the numbers that they get from the residential in Dubai.
What I think is like big companies, you always, as a company, you're having an income. It's not you're paying salaries to people. You're having an income of the several tens, hundreds, thousands of salaries. So yeah, you can afford paying yourself a good office. You can pay for it, and that's where the price is going up, because the companies are fighting for the good office premise. That's where business is looking for grade A offices. That's why we're lacking those grade A offices. So the next question is what do you think? For example, let's take a certain budget. I don't know, small budget, 5 million dirham. Not 30, not 70 million dirham. We understand 70 million dirham is very serious business with a lot of analysis. Yes, the commercial will be there. But let's say 5 million dirham, and we are looking towards the commercial. We decided to switch. And the customer is asking, what should I buy? Some office in Business Bay, 2 offices, 2 small offices, 1 bigger office. Or maybe let's buy an office in GLT next to Dubai Marina, renovate it and rent it out. So yeah, completely. I totally understand 2 different customers, 2 different portraits, 2 different strategy, even uncomparable partly what I think. But really, what if I will be asking you 5 million? What?
That's a good question, because I have been asked such a questions from my client. But the 5 million or budget is not a usual budget, a common budget. You know that average ticket in Dubai is less than 2 million. So we're talking about quite high net individuals or companies who are willing to invest 4 or 5, 3 million dirhams into their assets in Dubai. So what kind of strategy I'm usually offering to them? It's my personal opinion. Let's start first from the point that I will not recommend to invest in. You mentioned the offices in GLT, and the strategy is to renovate and rent it out. That's a very common strategy right now. We all know some companies that purely making their business in this segment. We know some agents who are working on this market. But the pros of this strategy is that most of the time investors are buying very low-grade offices in general. I'm not talking about only particular unit they're buying. They're buying the unit in a very bad, I would say, totally not grade A office building. It means that for sure, after renovation, they can rent out with a good ROI, with a good tenancy contract. But when the new projects with grade A, same with JLT, will deliver on the market, this unit will be no more comparable, will be no more attractive to the new building, which is having different facilities, different services, parkings, F&B, and all the other additional services that we are talking when we are talking about the grade A offices. So I'm not into this business, and because I'm not sure it's a long-term investment. But at the same time, if you would like to sell it quickly after the renovation, especially if you will find a tenant, so you can sell it as a rental business, showing to the future customer, future buyer that, see, this is the office, it's completely brand new. We have a tenant who is paying me this certain amount of money, so you will get this particular ROI for the next 2, 3, 5 years. So that could be a good option. But if you are looking for the long-term investment, for example, renting out and wants to reach your payback period as soon as possible, I think in a few years, in several years, you will have a different market in JLT, in Business Bay, and other location as well. I'm talking about the new building which will come to the market. And since then, your unit will be no more attractive as it is now.
It's a very good strategy, yes, I understand. So if you are looking to get something immediately, renovate it, rent it out pretty fast, 14% ROI straight away from that
14.
point. 14, they even managed to make 14. Long strategy, we're choosing something full floor grade A. Strategy for today, to get immediately something, even we can get 14% ROI. You can take any office, renovate it, and straight away you have your high ROI.
Yeah, for sure. But we are talking about 14% from the initial purchase. Yeah, initial purchase plus a renovation. But when it comes to the resale, for sure, this investor will sell with an absolutely different price. And the second owner, his buyer, will not have a 14% ROI because he will adjust the price compared to the price of the market and to adjust to the market ROI. So at the end, if he will sell it, adjust the price in that way that the new buyer will pay more with premium, and he will not get this ROI, which is 40% or even 20% sometimes happen. So, but coming back to the question that you've asked, if you would like to invest from 3 to 5 million dirhams, you still can get the grade A offices in Business Bay. There are several projects which is on the market, and we can see that every 2-3 months, it's not like residential. Every 2-3 months, we can see the new projects coming. Having this amount of money in your pocket, I'm talking about full ticket price. Don't forget that we still have a payment plan. You can invest and to buy the unit between 100 to 200 square meters, which is the most common size for the rent in Dubai, according to the numbers, statistics. So you don't have any, it's not alternative. It's like a main strategy, I would say. But why I'm saying, maybe you can ask, or who is watching us will ask, why we're talking about off-plan, we're talking about the new buildings and payment plans and whatever. Because, for example, in Business Bay, if you will go through all the buildings, which is already there in Business Bay, you will find only one single building in grade A. It's Opus, which is almost 7 to 8 years old. You cannot buy a secondary market in Business Bay if you are investing in grade A. But I would say you must to invest only in grade A offices. So there is only one solution, is to go with the developer, zero commission, payment plan, all the benefits of the Dubai real estate market. But the only one thing that you should to take into account is for sure the handover period. This is another question that I've been asked by my clients that don't want to wait until 2030 or 2031. For example, some top developers who is also doing business in residential, they're launching their project, these huge towers that will be handover in 5-6 years from now. I think it's a bit risky thing, especially if I talk about this kind of budget. They're selling full floors or half floors. That's why I think the smart decision is to find the project which is still grade A, pretty much close to handover. There are a few of them on the market, used to be on the market. They are not like very common, but if you are targeting into this strategy, you will definitely find the project for yourself.
I have never met an investor Doesn't matter how rich he is, either it's a company or a person, who is ready to pay immediately all the amount. There's always a turnover, some money on a account, and doesn't matter.
Deposits, yeah.
Yeah, everything. And the off plan is the perfect investment for them because they buy something, okay, full floor, 30 million dirham, 70 million dirham, and they pay by installments. They don't have to pay this amount at once. And we slowly invest those amounts. We don't have to sell something. That's why the off-plan investment is one of the main choices. And that's why even in a ticket of 3 million dirham, you can have an office in Business Bay, slowly paying penny by penny, and in 3 years you have your office. Yes.
Sometimes less than 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah, that's we have common strategies.
Alex, all people are different, and that's why I'm not only focusing on off-plan, because I have certain inquiries, and people wants to buy ready property. They have a particular amount of money, and they only want to invest this amount of money. They don't know what to do, what will happen in the future, in 2 years, 1 year. It depends on it's a psychological thing sometimes. So some of them want to invest right now. There are still investors into the commercial real estate who wants to buy right now and to get the rental right now. And I will add one more thing. Some of them wants to buy only commercial property with tenant.
Okay.
Only. There are also a certain group of people who doesn't want to buy the vacant unit, even if it's great price, even if it's amazing layout, whatever. So what we're doing with them, we are signing the MOU and mentioning that if finding the potential tenant for them, we are only registering the deal and going to the deal to the trustee office only in case if the tenancy contract with this particular tenant will be signed during the period of MOU. If not, they have rights to cancel the MOU, no paying, and losing the deposit. So these kind of customers also on the market.
Oh, these are the hardest investment. They not only want everything on the table straight away, but they also want a ready tenant. Yeah.
Yeah, I have one. Yeah, and I think it's not the single case because I can understand again their psychological, mentality. They want stable income in a foreign country. They would like to avoid risks, so they're paying 100% payment right now on the spot on the deal. But they want to have a guaranteed income, in the future, at least for the several years.
I want it today. Please give it to me. That's it. Thank you for the deal. Let's meet next time. Yeah, I totally understand you. So we are having the best investments in commercial in downtown, DIFC, specifically Dubai International Financial Center. Any other location is recommended, whether you're looking for an off-plan or for the secondary deals. And I think people should know what it is. They should understand where everything is going and why big companies are investing here. I think, what do you think? Will you propose your other clients who are purchasing regular apartments with you? Let's add something to your portfolio, like a 3 million office in Business Bay, because everything is moving there. The big tickets are moving towards commercial.
Yeah, definitely. This is, by the way, my main strategy. Most of them are already having the investment in residential property in Dubai. And this is my potential clients base for the commercial real estate.
Well, I hope we help people to understand how to diversify their portfolio in Dubai, even if they were investing only in townhouses or apartments in Dubai. So the commercial real estate is booming, is the next big thing. We are at the beginning of a huge wave, with DIFC, new Zabil district and everything. A lot of offices are coming, and it's better to invest right now. We're also having 10% ROI. Guys, please click subscribe button. More interesting guests in the future. Thank you, Dmitrii, for coming. Always pleasure to see you. And
same here.
See you next time.
See you. Bye.
Goodbye.